Wait, one second, make sure we are back. Alrighty, right. So, here we are, we're back again. And we're reacting to some trans memes once again, I tell you. So, hopefully you are all doing alright and staying safe. There we go. Sorry, I'm just opening up secondary device there. Do apologise. Alright. I call it the hormone replacement empire. I tell you, this is a very sick design, I tell you. This is a very sick design and, whole... It is very sick. This is a good one. A funny title that's funny. Voice training normally, singing the COD zombie songs, me. You know what, that would raise your voice, higher up. I came out to my sister yesterday and she made me a trans bracelet. Oh, that's quite nice, I tell you. That is quite nice. And it's very, nicely made as well. Very nice, very nice. Dating is weird, picture related. The feeling you get when you hear, I've never been with a trans before. Just a cat standing on the legs, ready to evacuate the building. I would be upset if it wasn't funny. Yeah. Using the correct pronouns, my mum using the correct pronouns for her tortoise, she found out was actually male after 30 years. My trans bud. It is kind of funny, but also kind of annoying at the same time. I think we men should adopt King Shark as one of us. Trans mask posting every day again. Day 27. We have like many of these days. Congratulations on his transition before testosterone, after testosterone. Testosterone will be, crazy, medicine. Alright, on to our next one. Choosing shape-shifting, trans people, plural systems. Shape-shifting is pretty cool. I would go with shape-shifting, I tell you. Shape-shifting be good. We can't have those dang T slurs, in the army. They'll get offended so easily. We will get taken down in seconds. Technically, once you transition, regardless of your sex, you don't have to deal with periods or a sensitive crotch, which are both major tactical advantages. Trans people are also natural great at disguises due to having to pretend to be their ajab for so long. Beef stew. Beef stew. Can it happen though? Amazing breast growth after starting estrogen. Growth so much it leads to breast reduction surgery. Yeah, it can happen, Anything happens, I tell you. Anything happens. Like, some people, they might develop, problems with it, that they have to get reductions. You could develop cancer. Many other different stuff, I tell you. It's really crazy, I tell you. A variety of different things could happen. But, that is just what happens. Why must be so expensive? I am broke. Cat paw striped socks, $14.99. If only they made bigger sizes, I tell you. I'll put this on my phone, I tell you. If they made it in bigger sizes, I'll put this on my phone. Wait a second. There we go. Oh, wait, we're already back to the very beginning. What time are we at? 4 minutes already? Very surprising it's only been 4 minutes. Indomitable queer spirit versus abject cruelty of society. Trans shonen anime. Well drawn fish, sorry. Let me just... Indomitable queer spirit versus abject cruelty of society. Trans shonen anime. I'll never stop. You won't defeat us. That is pretty sick. That is pretty sick, I tell you. No, mom, it's not just a face. That one cracks me up. Normal sources of gender envy. This is Kill a Kill, right? And what you call it? Miraculous. I was gonna say bunny. but that's not true. My brain just went bunny for some reason. Realistic transition goals. Cute anime can't go. Cute anime robo battle maid. I know one, robot battle person, I tell you. That, you know what, I'll give them a shout out on the Twitch side. If I can remember their name, how it's spelled. Let's see. Wait 1 second. Let me take a second. Yeah, that's just how it's spelled. There we go. Helm Chand. They do some great stuff. I would recommend going and checking them out. Oop. Sorry, that was messages. I went off the thing, didn't I? That was me just talking to Scav. There's actually nothing wrong with that, We were just talking about hanging out again. This has been quite some time since we last did an episode with Scav. I can't be trans. I get gender envy from boys. The boys in question. I think you got a problem there. Well, it's not a problem, but I did do this one, right? Yeah. Oop. I was trying to click there and then it just would not click properly. Cracking eggs through OT's vids. That's pretty normal. I was around when, OT was so small. I even remember looking at his sub count and thinking, this guy should have 1 million subs, and he got to 1 million subs, ages after that. I think when I looked at his sub count, he was at 13k at that point. That was a long time ago. Oh. I remember I was in the Tesco supermarket parking lot, just chilling there. Cracking egg through OT's videos. Cracking my egg through trans webtoons. Cracking egg normally. It's a possibility, I tell you, it's a possibility. Me thinking I'm a lesbian. I get a crush on a guy, estrogen turned me straight. No, that's not how it works. You must have always had that bit in you, Sometimes it does happen like that, but sometimes it doesn't, It's just on yourself, Sometimes you're just suppressed. You never realize it, But, a lot can change, Sometimes you would be into guys and then you'd just be into women, It could happen. It's the power of, medicine, I tell you. Just reveals your inner self. Being a boy, being a femboy, being a girl, being a tomboy. The power you hold. Trans femme. Love wearing masculine clothing, being a tomboy, being mistaken for a trans mask and getting euphoria from it. Dang, I call funny. I funny call. Having a normal style, slipping between tomboy, fanboy, and punk. Where did that flag come from? What time are we at anyway? We're still at 8 minutes. I'm thinking it's like a lot of time passes by, but there's really not that much time. Me expressing my masculinity as a man, expressing my masculinity as a woman. Quite true, quite true. Male fashion, tomboy fashion. I really like this hoodie. When I saw this hoodie, oh, this is a nice hoodie. Wish I had a hoodie like that. I really like big hoodies, but they just don't make larger hoodies. I love my brown hoodie. I had a nice brown hoodie. I would wear it all the time. And then it shrank. It's still a good hoodie though, but I just have not been able to find it for a while. Being a manly dude, being a MTF, tomboy. That is curved, right? Yeah, it confused me so much, I was like, am I having like a stroke or something? Or did the text move over, It did move over just slightly. It confused me so much there. When everyone says, oh, you're so manly though. MFs be like, yeah bro, I got the vaccine and I'm fine, don't worry. That's a very old one. I decided to add it because it's funny. Finally, I broke the egg and accept myself. Time to get HRT in feminine clothes. Discover egg RL, subreddit, and I like most of the memes. I find trans man's versions of this meme, and I find it very nice. Wait, is that trans man's meme? But I'm a girl. I could not prefer that appearance. Must be femme. Wait, you mean that they are tomboy trans girls too? Except that I can be a girl and masculine and be myself at 100%. You know what, this is a very wholesome one, I tell you. This is a very wholesome one. Wanting to look like this? What if I look too manly and don't pant? Then you become tomboy. Like, this is basically lumberjack girls, I tell you. Think about the power. Think about the power. How I wanted to look when I started HRT, how I want to look now. You know what? It is a pretty good fashion, I tell you. It is a pretty good fashion. And I think, yeah, that's that bit there done. What time are we at? We're at 11 minutes. We'll continue for one more large slot that we have. Other trans women. Me, free cat. You got trans cat girl, and then you got possum. The trans femme urge to look like this, you know, the urge, the power, dysphoria ex machina. My body is a machine that turns testosterone into self-loathing. How it feels only wanting a usher on me. It's nice, you know, singing, I'll give you that, but the hangings provide no tactical advantage whatsoever. Transition. Yeah, this one did not crop right, so it's just basically the whole thing. You can see it's 1929. And then we have the actual cropped one. Happy. This one's nice. I don't know how many. I don't know how many of these ones I have. I tell you, I have so many of them. I have a purple and orange one that's sadly, you know, broken at the very top and it's just bursting beats every once in a while. Also, you know what? Barbie is transgender confirmed. Oh, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. I'll give you this for free. You get Barney for free. If you want to scream, you know, sing. We appreciate some Barney. Antipsychotics for the win. Getting boobs from estrogen, getting boobs from antipsychotics. It's a possibility. Amazing. Free Barney. Yes, Barney is very expensive. We have Barney for like... How much is Barney? 150 on, you know, Twitch. Found a sticker and couldn't resist turning it into a meme. If women's rights are anti-trans, then trans rights are anti-woman, which means rights cancel out each other. Therefore, no one has rights. I've done it. I've solved equality. Oh, that's so dumb. The voice training is paying off. Me, when I can now hear my voice recorded about wanting to die. Take that, dysphoria. Oh, the journey. The journey. Alright. How much time do we have left? Oh, we have even hit it. You know, we'll go another one. And they adopted the left's 2024 strategy: surrender and give the enemy everything they want. Let's see how how it pays out, Jim. Fencer disqualified after refusing to play against trans opponent. Woman disc golfer refuses face transgender competitor days after Fencer kneels in. Trans women want to compete with us. We forfeit every match and refuse to play. Trans women win every match by default. Trans women win every match by default. Like, it really does give you no advantage. Like, if they do biology, I tell you, you're taking all these hormones. Like, if you're taking testosterone, you would be more stronger, yeah, obviously, because you gain more muscle mass from testosterone. It's just how it goes. But with estrogen, you become a lot weaker. Like, you know how many trans girls want to open up a pickle jar and can't open up a pickle jar? pickle jars, I tell you. Pickle jars. The pickle jars become the enemy now. We must get the pickles inside the pickle jar. Oh. Pickle jar is the new biggest enemy. Quite true, quite true. Like, you know... Oh, sorry. There we go. Trans woman... Wait. It really is my baby. Trans women can't have babies? Oh yeah, explain this. It is really, you know, trans mask in the club, get it? I'm sure. Me, I don't really have anyone. I experience gender envy for anyone. Random guy on male hair advice asking if he's bald, and he is. Me, HRT gang trans fam edition. But my body is a machine that turns sore boobs into bigger boobs. The power of boobs. Oh, this one cracks me up, I tell you. Yeah, bigger 1 week of animatronic mood swings. 8 days on monotherapy, 5 nights at Freddy's. Using gender affirming care or hormones for the win. Psychologists draw something that makes you feel okay. Me, estrogen. Is that estrogen? Yeah, estrogen. I can never tell. They always throw it back and forth when, you know, they're putting on, like, you know, stuff, and I cannot tell what way it goes. Little me, when any cartoon or show I watched at a gender bender episode, absolute cinema. I love this deer, I tell you. This is the Schumann form, my BB. Realistic transition goals. That is a pretty good transition goal. Brains are mean sometimes. So, you're accepting yourself during your transition? Yes, now let me be happy. You know that everyone who ever knew you as dead name feels like you unalived them? Well, who cares about them? It's about you. That's what it is. It's about you. You live your life the way you want to live your life. Think about it as you're a blob of mud. You mold yourself into something that will fit into somewhere where you want. That brick could be used for a road. It could be used for, like, some journey to some building or something. It's your one, and you get to pick where you place it. Never back down, never give up. We won't stay quiet for your comfort. And that's, you know what, I'll actually go a little bit further so I can finish off that for you. You can take my rights, you can take my hormones, you can take my happiness, but you will never take my identity. We won't accept the mistreatment by those who refuse to understand us. I will stand strong for my trans family, and we will survive. This one's a pretty good one. Clover, you know, Roseboy did a pretty good job on this one. When in doubt, spend half your bank account on Hot Wheels and the other half on trans stuff, because who needs real cars when you have treasure hunts? Gender envy from normal sources. Gender envy from a Hot Wheels car. It's a Kia EV6, by the way, in case you want to find it yourself. That's pretty sick, I tell you. It's got a nice little art style on it. Are you sure? So you're trans, right? Yes, now shut up. I'm trying to sleep. Are you sure? Do not. Are you sure? You are your brain. You control your brain. You are your brain. It is not separate. So sometimes I would just, you know, separate it, because once you control your brain, it's basically like you are the brain, basically. Brain, subconscious, that's what it is. If you conquer your subconscious, then you basically become one with yourself. I've kind of done that now. And it's definitely worthwhile, I tell you. Conquer your brain. Conquer your brain, you hear me? You conquer your brain. Made a quick doodle of my transition goal. I don't know what to flare. My totally realistic and attainable transition goal. This one, I tell you, I waited so long for this one. And it really just reminds me of this group, Sabaton. To be honest, it really just reminds me of that meme. It looks so much like it, doesn't it? It looks so much like it. Oh, that one cracks me up. It does, yeah. Nothing wrong with that, you know, they got some cool fashion. I'm so on edge because my period tracker says I was supposed to start yesterday. I am not ready for all that dysphoria. Can my uterus not cramp? I have he, him in my bio. Oh, that's a good one. Me, when I get vaginoplasty, I can finally have cis lesbian adult fun time. Quite true, quite true. Quite true. Closet trans homosexuals be like, I want to be what I'm attracted to. True, true, true. Alright, let us go on to the next one. Send me happiness, I beg. Period dysphoria. The world is literally on fire. Intrusive thoughts. I'm not really sure. Overly adulty outfit. Unfashionable aunt outfit. B. Choosing a picture of me to send to my parents about my trans. And we're back to start. And we are also out of time for today's episode, I tell you. So you know what that means? It's the end of the episode. Because I am exhausted, I tell you. I've recorded for the last 3 hours, 4 hours. And I'm exhausted now. End of episode, yes. So, hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, safe episode. If this one's just because the right one's very important. Everybody see things and everybody see bye.